welcome to my channel. My name is Sam and I do a lot of DIY, thrifting, home decor type content on this channel. So if you're into that kind of stuff, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more content coming up. For today's video, I'm going to be heading to the thrift store and I'm going to be hopefully finding some pieces that I can turn into fall home decor. I love to do this because I really feel like seasonal decor does not have to be super expensive. You can go to the thrift store and find some really great things that just need a few tweaks. So hopefully today I'm going to find some good stuff. Let's just get straight into the video. So this thrift store was my second stop of the day. I didn't actually end up buying anything from this one, but I found a few cool things that I wanted to show you guys. I first found this bowl set, which I thought was super cute. I love the colors. I thought it would be really nice for Easter. And then I found this really cool piece of pottery. It looks like it was handmade. I love the colors and I love the shape, how it's very imperfect, but I have a lot of pottery pieces, so I decided to leave it for someone else today. Another aisle I really like to stop in the thrift store is the office aisle. I always like to look at the contact and the wallpaper. Let me know down below if you guys like to do that too. And then I found this whiteboard, which is crazy because it's the exact match to the cork board that I ended up picking up at the other store, which you'll see in a second, but I left it for someone else. And then I found these placemats. They're just bamboo placemats, but they were in great condition. I don't need them for a project right now, so I ended up passing, but they'll be a great find for somebody else. And then I found these beautiful books in the book aisle. I ended up passing because I wasn't so interested in the content, but I thought the color of them was absolutely beautiful and they would have made great coffee table books. Okay, so I am home from thrifting and I found a few things. As we all know, thrifting can be pretty hit or miss, so I didn't find a ton, but I'm pretty happy with the things that I did find, and I think that I can make some really nice pieces. So to start out, I got these candlesticks. I don't think I'm gonna do anything to these. I kind of like them how they are, apart from changing out the candles. But they're just like these wooden candlesticks, and I thought they were really cool. I love the shape of them, and they're in really good condition. I think they're really nice on their own, so I probably won't do anything to these two. You know what I just realized? Everything I got was $3.99. But the next thing I'm super excited about is this wooden bowl. I really love the shape of it because I think it would be really nice to make a centerpiece for a dining room table or a coffee table. Obviously it needs some love, like the paint's all dripping and stuff like that. So I think I'm obviously gonna paint this or sand it down or something and make a really nice fall centerpiece out of it. And then the last thing I got, which looks pretty ugly at first sight, is this cork board. I know this isn't really like home decor, but when I think of fall, I think of like back to school stationery organization. Even though I'm not in school anymore, I feel like I still love stationery and organization in the fall time. So when I saw this, I really liked the frame of it. It really reminds me of those like anthropology inspired frames that I've been seeing everywhere on Pinterest and Instagram and everything like that right now. So I think all I'm gonna really do to this is spray paint the frame, and I think it's gonna be a really cute cork board, which I may give to my sister because she is going back to college this fall. I'm super excited, so let's get into making these pieces beautiful. Okay, so starting off with our first project, I'm going to go in with the bowl, and I already went ahead and cleaned it completely with soap and water because it came from the thrift store, so we want to make sure we get off any dust and dirt and germs. And then I'm going in and just giving it a sanding so that any excess paint or chipping paint, I guess it's not excess paint, any old paint is what I'm trying to say, will come off and it won't start re-chipping once we paint it. After that was done, I went ahead and took a soft cloth and just cleaned off any of that dirt to make sure it was nice and clean for when we paint it. And then again with just a dry cloth just to make sure it was dry. Now I'm going in with my paint. The color I chose was Almond by Krylon. When I was picking this color, I was kind of thinking of light wood, and I thought it would be really cool to switch it up and instead of doing black, do a lighter color. And I think it turned out really nice. I love the way it looks. I just went over it with coats of paint until it was completely covered. And yeah, pretty self-explanatory. So once the bowl was completely dry, I just went ahead and brought it inside so that I could start assembling my centerpiece. I'm just going ahead and laying out all the supplies that I have. I ended up using some of these small white pumpkins, some small green gourds that I found as well, some eucalyptus, and a candle. So then I just went ahead and started arranging my centerpiece. Obviously, I'm not a professional, so
It took me a while to get it how I liked it, but I really just kept working with it and kept taking things out and adding different things until I liked it. I think next time I would have liked to add a little bit more foliage instead of just the eucalyptus. But overall, it ended up being such an affordable project. The whole thing cost me around $10. The pumpkins and the gourds were about $6 from the grocery store. Obviously, the bowl was $4, like I said, and then I had the eucalyptus and the candles on hand. So it turned out to be such a beautiful, affordable project, and I'm super happy with the results. For our second project, I'm going to go ahead and work on the corkboard. The first thing I'm doing is taking the back off and the middle part of the corkboard. Luckily, it just popped out like a picture frame, so that was really easy. And then I went ahead and propped it up on these cardboard boxes so that we could get a nice even coat of paint all around the sides. I went in with this white Rust-Oleum spray paint just to prime it. I didn't have a proper primer, but this worked just fine. I just wanted to cover up some of that pink because it was a really bright color. I was afraid the gold wouldn't cover it on its own. Once that was done and completely dry, I went in with Pure Gold by Rust-Oleum, and pretty self-explanatory, I just gave it a bunch of coats until it was completely covered. It was kind of hard to get in the grooves of the frame, so off camera I actually took a tiny little paintbrush and sprayed a little bit of the spray paint into a dish and just kind of got into those little pieces where the spray paint wasn't reaching. Once the frame was completely dry, I went ahead and I brought it inside, and I actually decided to change out the cork. I didn't realize, but the old one was essentially just a piece of cardboard. So I just went ahead and I took the new cork and measured it up with the old one just to see how much I would need. And then I grabbed my scissors and I cut it. I would have preferred to use an X-Acto knife for this step because I think the scissors ended up breaking my cork. But it's all good because once I put it in the frame, you couldn't really see that piece. And then to finish off the project, I'm just popping the frame back in the back, or the back piece back in the frame, and closing the tabs, and that's it. And last we have our candlesticks. Like I said, these didn't really need anything done to them. I just went ahead and cleaned them up and then replaced the candles with some taller pillar candles.
That's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, consider hitting that subscribe button because I would love to see you in the next video. But that's it for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!